Peeps, peeps, hello. I was watching actually another YouTube video this morning, Soulful Revolution, one of my favorite readers. Sorry, having a bit of throat chakra stuff today. Which is interesting given what she was talking about and what's really, it resonated with me. It's a thing. And she was saying Gemini, you know, as much as it's about connection, the twin, the other side of yourself, you know, there are a lot of things it's about, but she was landing pretty hard on the fact that it's an air sign and it's about communication. I mean, that's a big property of the air signs. You know, that they are in search of clarity, they need clarity. Hello. And you know, kind of from all directions, getting the full story. And she pointed out that Gemini is often about the stories we tell ourselves. It seems awfully dark in here. You know, which is both useful and good to let go of. Because the old narrative can really keep us stuck. You know, this happened to me, therefore it shaped the way I am, and it's going to determine how I am going forward. I can see the end of the story from here. No, we can't. And I think it's good as we grow and things change to rewrite the narrative for what can be, you know, where we would like to head. Also, Gemini, Jupiter is coming into Gemini. Maybe already has, or it's today. And Jupiter is about expansion. So I think it's the story that doesn't keep us small. It's getting in alignment with the thing that is about growth and change and being bigger, not smaller. So thank you, MJ, Social Revolution, for a lot of wisdom. And I suggest you, okay, on the split, we have 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups. You know, part of what moves us forward is the ability to tap into what we love. And this is the Gemini energy of Swords. Advancing the story, moving to the commonplace, not picking the story that hurts us again and again, because then you repeat it. You know, the way to change the story or liberate yourself from the old one is to discover 6 of Swords, the new one. The one that makes us happy. The one that expands our hearts, not, you know, makes us shrink in order to fit into the box of the story. And likewise to trap other people, you know, into certain roles that they've maybe historically been, or we thought they were Gemini energy. Keep the connection alive. You know, alive in the sense of vital and not fixed, not static, but moving forward. Of 6 of Swords in the way you think about it, talk about it, understand it, advance the story. No, it's like puppet theater. first card out was the last card out in the last reading. So maybe we're picking up where we left off, which is the battle is over. Somebody's walking right through. I mean, the swords, the story, was the barrier before. Being told somehow again and again, the old conflict. Five of Swords can be like a war of words, a war of beliefs. Sorry. I think it's allergy season is one of the reasons my throat is so. You know, certain things come into bloom and it can create a problem, but move on. Move on to a calmer place. And with this bird flying through with this person, it's sort of like, you know, birds are often considered the ancestors that come visit us, you know, for advice, to lead us to a better place. Five of Swords to Six of Swords. I put it back into the deck, but let's see if it comes out again. That moving forward, liberating ourselves from some old narrative. Tell us about the old narrative. I mean, maybe we could just visit that for a minute. You know, and there's always like the override, the cards. to talk about something else. But in this case, it's really pertinent. Where is the light here? Well, I'm going to assume you can see it. It's Seven of Swords. So we have the 5, the 6, the 7 that we've seen so far. This can be a card of escapism or of strategizing to get out. You know, how do you get out of conflict? Well, sometimes you just leave. You just depart. You just sneak out. You don't engage more, you know, in telling somebody, I'm going to leave. I'm sneaking out. I've had enough of this. It can be a card of deception. It can be a card of somebody kind of escaping the confines of the old narrative. It has a, I mean, the question is it honorable? Because it can be a card of deceit. So let's see, we've got a few. We've got 2. 4 of Wands. That's a very good place to be. By implication, this was a bad place to be. This is a card of union and reunion. And maybe somebody had to exit a bad situation in order to move one's energy toward, you know, something that's in 2 people in concert, in able to do the dance, able to come together and, you know, find joy. Wands are a card of action, passion, direction. Swords are more about mental energy, about the story. I think this is escaping the old story, which somehow blocked us from joy and coming together with somebody who's there to meet us. This should clarify the snake energy, yes. Queen of Wands. You know, Queen of Wands would indeed draw toward her this kind of relationship. She's about passion, creativity, vision. This is somebody holding the vision or the new narrative, the new story. A very optimistic moving toward joy and attracting that kind of relationship to you. And perhaps, you know, I mean, this card can really suck. It can be somebody leaving without an explanation of what's changed. Fives indicate a need for change, a new narrative. And Queen of Wands is knows the direction she wants to go and who she wants to go with her. She attracts in this case, a joyful, honest energy. Who will meet me halfway? She can envision this sort of future. That's the projection. That's the vision, one's energy. The old vision, sword energy, was something troubling. Tell us about the fight, the trouble, with whom, what was it? Okay. Two of Swords, Temperance. We got that yesterday. That's a card of accord. That was the word I was looking for here. The blend, when you can mesh with somebody, not losing yourself, okay, not losing yourself, but each person empowering the other. Finding a place of peace, that Six of Swords we saw earlier, moving out of the conflict, Five of Swords, toward calmer waters. And you can see water implicit in the blend. This is a fire sign. You might be dealing with a Sagittarius. You might be a Sagittarius. A card of optimism and forward movement and expansion. Major Arcana card of fire. This is sort of like the subject of the story and the aim in that directional sense of wands. The aim is reunion. The aim is peace. The aim is a narrative that draws us into accord. Under Five of Swords, we have Two of Swords. A block. A need for a decision. A crossroads. In sword energy. Clarifying, how you get out of a situation. Sometimes you walk away, and sometimes you walk away strategically without saying anything. Communication was a problem for somebody in this, maybe for both parties. In a way, Queen of Wands is uncompromising. Nobody pushes this character around. Nobody, male or female. They're spiritual. They take their direction from their intuition, not from anything somebody tells them, sword energy, not from any narrative that blocks them. They're all about moving out of conflict, into peace, into peace. This card also of divine timing, of kind of the portal that you can pass through. And here again, in Two of Wands, we have the portal you can pass through. This is a decision, like Two of Swords. How do I get there? Where am I to go? Where am I drawn to? If I make this decision, what will it lead to? And this person is at a crossroads. I think it's Queen of Swords. There was some narrative that was blocking he, she, they, from moving forward, Wands. But they've made a decision to do just that. From the block of Two of Swords to the kind of planning stage of where am I drawn to? Where do I, where will my open heart lead me? It's a question. What am I drawn to? And what am I calling in? I think Queen of Swords had a decision to make. And she made it, Two of Wands, by listening to her intuition. I mean, that's what this character taps into. That's kind of the part of this character that comes to the fore. Because the impulse is not toward conflict, but toward the resolution. Where does this person want to head? Toward somebody who heads toward them. Both moving in the same direction. Both making that choice. This matters to me. This blend, you and me, kid. Let's make peace. Ace of Cups. Here are the cups blending. This is fire energy, Sagittarius, but it's about connection and making peace that opens the door to love. This is kind of like, how do I get out of the cage of the former narrative, maybe? I just stopped believing in it. I stopped believing in it. I turn my attention to the place I want to go. It's a card of manifestation. Lead me. Let my intuition lead me there. And bring to me, because this individual is all about attracting in what they've manifested. And they've manifested, I think, a way out. And by there, because she reads the vibrations of a situation. Who can come toward me? Who can enter through this doorway? And it may be she's inviting somebody who will have to exit. Perhaps even sneak away. And why do they have to sneak away? If they're heading toward a new open-hearted connection, something that brings them peace. Okay. Why do they have to sneak away? So on Seven of Swords, we have 10 of Cups. We had that yesterday. I think in combination, with something like this. It was like, how do we get to this place of security? This place of trust. And I put it automatically down on 4 of Wands. Is that where, yeah, okay. This combination came through as well yesterday. The cards, when they start to repeat, it can be about the narrative is still changing. It's something in process, being processed. Maybe, first intuitively, and then the mind has to catch up. Maybe that's what needs to get into accord, the intuition and the way we think about things. What stories are we telling ourselves that can advance us? It's a better story, a bigger story. You know, this is expansion. This is the portal, not the block, not the crossroads. It's plotting the path forward. Tell us about Five of Swords, please. The conflict somebody is walking away from or sneaking away from. Ace of Wands. I mean, this person wants a new beginning. They're getting out of that situation because they want to start passionately, you know, a new narrative, a new direction, something that leads them toward this. It's an energy of starting again, being inspired to find the new direction for oneself. Aces speak to the self. I'm going to change the narrative. You know, whatever story I've been telling myself or somebody else has been telling me, I'm getting out of it. Seven of Swords. On Seven of Swords, we have Queen of Cups. You know, it always strikes me that Queen of Cups, she looks sad to me. Also peaceful. Like her heart may be telling, their heart may be telling them, you know, this old situation, this old narrative, put you in a place of where sadness was the predominant feeling that came up. So there's a need to change the narrative and pivot, start in a new direction. I didn't plug in the mic. I'm a boob. I'll repost if this is too quiet. Between my voice and that glitch. It does fit with the voice business. We have two queens on the board. Could be a same-sex couple, male or female. Or both people in a receptive energy. One open to new feelings, having extricated themselves from the old narrative so that they can start afresh and head toward accord. A situation that will take them, you know, that will go the distance. First, they have to get out of the cage and plot their way forward. Not as in scheme, as in, you know, get the map. Tell us about Queen. These could be the two sides of the same person. That's part of the Gemini thing, and I think I mentioned it. You know, the Janus face, the complementary aspects of a personality might be, you know, the ability to turn inward, to feel what you feel. Sometimes feeling too much about what the other person feels. The new narrative will bring you into balance, where somebody can meet you halfway. And you're tapping more into your intuitive energy, kind of out of introspection. Tell us about the new narrative, a little more about the new narrative, and I'll try to speak up because this is, oh man, I'm getting Anyway, I'm working on the sound thing. It'll be better very shortly. Okay, we got 3. And that's usually, when I draw clarifiers, I usually have 3 on each side. Okay. We got King of Swords, a character that's appeared again and again. You know, that sword energy analysis. How do I think, how am I to think about this? How do I communicate a new narrative? You know, it's searching my brain for another way to think about something. Let's take a step back and analyze. And 7 of Swords is almost like take a step back in order to take a step forward. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, something like that. There's a kind of recursive, you know, the person may start to move forward and then they're somehow caught up in an old way of thinking about it, an old narrative that has to do with how they felt, how they were hurt, perhaps. And not being stuck there anymore. Sorry, throat chakra. Which just means there may be something somebody needs to say. And now they're in a mature position. King of Swords, male or female, ready to talk. The Magician. Yeah, it's called the Magician here. Somebody who has everything they need, all the energies to work with. Swords, cups, pentacles, wands. And can use the energies as they're needed to manifest. Card of Gemini and Virgo. Sword energy, earth energy. How do I bring it through? I'm rewriting the narrative, understanding things in a new way. It's a new story, and it's something I've manifested. In the process of, because I was stuck. You know, the old story that stuck Gemini energy of who are we this time? Stuck Gemini energy, sword energy, the trap, the mind trap, manifesting a way out. 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Usually not great cards, but I think in this case they both speak to escape. Escaping the self-limiting beliefs. Escaping a mindset of I don't understand, I can't see it, in favor of, you know, I understand. I've matured to the point where I really get it. And once I get it, I can manifest a new story, and, you know, not the trap. 7 of Swords to 8 of Swords. You know, it's taken a while. This was not any small block. This was they may have been kept there for a long time. In this old way, in this old narrative, the old way of thinking about things. Okay, and over here, and I think it's clarifying, Queen of Wands, Emperor. Divine, and when we say divine masculine, it really just means an energy that's beyond the everyday. It's sort of somehow an ascended energy, an archetypal energy, a core energy. Emperor is an energy of action. You know, I know where to go. I know what to do. I know where to go. I know what to manifest. I know how to move forward now from this blocked place, and I'm going to take control of it. I'm going to do it. It's clarifying Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands may be stepping up her ability to manifest in a big way, taking control of the narrative. You know, in that divine, in that archetypal energy of the masculine, the do-it energy, the action-taking energy, but paired up with intuitive energy. We got a lot of wands here. Ace, 2, Queen, Emperor, 4. Somebody's heading in a new direction. And they know where they're going, Emperor. And Emperor would be a good match for Queen of Wands. But it may just be that expansive. Remember we were talking about Jupiter being an expansive energy? This is expansion. It's like Queen of Wands getting bigger, not smaller. Kind of coming out as a leader, not a follower. And Queen of Wands does not follow. She doesn't. Follow the leader? Maybe stepping into a bigger role? Tell us more about this, the block and the new direction. Three of Pentacles. An energy of cooperation. You know, what can we build in this lifetime? A tangible thing we can construct together. And there's movement here. It's Pentacles, but it's, you know, it's rising higher and higher to sort of put this capstone, I was going to say capstone on the tower. Well, underneath is the tower. Card of Scorpio, a card of changing the narrative. There may have been something that was under construction, and there was a sudden, like demolition. I mean, this has no capstone. It has no cap. The whole top has been blown off. So this might be, oh boy, I've done it again. You know, when will I ever learn? I don't know, and I apologize. It's like, am I in Two of Swords perpetually? We're in low battery mode. And we're at a half hour, so let's wrap it. Under Tower was a card of communication in Wands energy. The flow, moving forward, communicating. And it may be that there has to be a communication in order to rebuild Three of Pentacles, this thing that came down. We have to write the new narrative together. You know, maybe one person was trying to control the narrative, because Emperor can be a card of control. This one doesn't look like the over-controlling kind of dictator aspect of Emperor. What else do we have? Can be a card of feeling you've missed out on something, missed out on a connection. That would make Queen of Cups unhappy and might in fact make them exit a situation that was fraught and full of stress and conflict, you know, and turn in the direction of Four of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. You know, it's like I'm going to the place of abundance, connection, abundance, joy, celebration. I'm pivoting away from Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, which perhaps didn't fulfill me emotionally. Queen of Cups. You know, because this is a card of not, you know, not being fulfilled, having only the vision of that Ace of Cups connection. Hermit is a card of, can be of retreat. You know, going within to, you know, ground oneself. Virgo, earth energy, the other half of this. Manifesting on the basis of inner knowledge. Knowledge of this person's self in order to understand a relationship or anything else that they're involved with. It's a pulling back energy, a little bit like this. Pulling back to understand something, going into retreat, you know, before you're able to manifest. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. In the last reading too. You know, that situation that fills both parties' hearts. It's the meeting of hearts. You know, the meeting of the hearts in joy and celebration, a reunion that brings us, you know, Ten of Cups, wherever I just put it. Well, you saw it. I don't know where I put it, but here's Ten of Pentacles. 2 tens. 10 and 10 is 20. 20 is judgment, the second chance. The new beginning. The new way forward. I'm puzzled where that Ten of Cups went. But if it went away, you know, somebody's working hard at manifesting, you know, manifesting this person back into their lives. There it is. It was right in front of me and I didn't see it. It was right in front of me and I didn't see it. Sees it now. Understands it now. Understands it now. Moving forward to build something on the basis of a conversation. It's hard to build with somebody else if you're not talking, if there's no flow energetically between you. The flow is being restored, I think. The block is being moved through. We know how to go there now. Can we manifest it? Yes, we can. We have all the tools necessary to bring this into being. And, to bring it into being. Running out of time. Maybe somebody's running out of time, but they're busy really rewriting the narrative that allows for accord and union. It doesn't need to be with the lover. It is Gemini season, but it can be rewriting the story with any connection. And it's a story that expands and not contracts, that, you know, brings you to this place. Out of that Eight of Swords, this place. Rewrite the narrative. Together. I'll see you next time.